I want to share with you today about the wineskin. Jesus talking in parable about the old and the new. Some Pharisees come to Jesus and ask him, "Why don't your disciples fast?" And in response to that, Jesus is saying that he talks about the parable of the cloth, and he talks about the parable of the wineskin. In the parable of the cloth, he says you cannot put a patch with on old cloth of a new cloth because it will shrink, and then the tear will be even bigger. And then Jesus says you cannot put new wine in old wineskin, or else the new wine will burst and the wine will be spilled, and the wineskin will be ruined. And then Jesus says, I'm reading from Luke chapter 5 and verses 37, 38, 39. But new wine must be put in a new wineskin, and both are preserved. No one having drunk the old wine immediately desires new, for he says the old is better. Now, Jesus is talking about the new wine and the new wineskin. He's talking about old wine and the old wineskin. He says that the old wine is put in the old wineskin and the new wineskin is put in the new wineskin. Now, in the olden days, there was no plastic, there was no glass, so they preserved the wine. And what is the wine of the old days? The grape juice. Now, as the grape juice, they put it in wineskin. The wineskin is made from animal. It is the leather, it is the skin of the animal that they used to use to preserve the drinks. And the drink of this time that we are talking about is the grape juice. Now, the grape juice, in the olden days, there was no refrigerators. Yes, so with time, the grape juice will ferment. It will be transformed slowly into wine or alcohol. And what happens in the process of this fermentation? The gases are released. Now, as the gases are released, the new wineskin has an elasticity in it, has an expansion capability in it. But the old wineskin has already expanded to its full extent, and there is no more flexibility in it. And when the new wine, the fresh grape juice, is added into it and it releases gases, it does not have the capacity to take on the gases of the new wine. And what is Jesus trying to tell the Pharisees over there? And what is Jesus trying to teach you and me, brothers and sisters? Jesus is trying to say that I am bringing something new. This old system that you're thinking of is passing away, but I am bringing something new. And even for you and me, brothers and sisters, Jesus is saying, I am bringing something new in your life. He was talking to the Pharisees, but Jesus is talking to you, brothers and sisters. He's talking to you and he's talking to me. And he is saying, I am going to bring something brand new in your life. But the problem is that we are still operating in the old wineskin way of thinking. We still have our old way of thinking. We still have our old notions of how the world is supposed to operate. And we think we are absolutely correct, and yet we are where we are in our lives, and we are not able to reach where the Lord wants to take us, because we still have our old mentality, our old thinking. And unless and until we change our old ways of thinking and take on the new places, the new thinking, the new thoughts, a completely new mindset that the Lord wants to give us, we cannot take into ourselves the new wine, because the new wine is going to expand us so much. But if our brain is not elastic, if it is not flexible, if it does not have the capacity to take on new thoughts and new ways of thinking, because we are so entrenched into our old ways of thinking, and that we think that is what is right, brothers and sisters, we will not be able to receive the new blessings that the Lord has for us and is going to impart in our lives. Brothers and sisters, if we want to reach the place where the Lord wants us to take us into in our lives, we have to allow God to expand our mentality, to expand our brain, to expand our thinking, to expand how and where we can go in our lives. Brothers and sisters, let us not limit ourselves. Jesus is calling you and me, brothers and sisters. Jesus is calling you and me today to have a new mentality, a new thinking, a new way of looking at life. And if we can change our perspective of life through the grace of God and through the light that the Lord wants to shine in our lives, we will be able to reach new heights and new blessings in our lives. So I hope this small message has brought a blessing in your life, and I will see you in the next video. God bless you.